Hi, I am Jenza, the head Broom Witch of the Broom Witch Academy and of Brooms by Jenza. I am doing a monthly series where I make a specific hand whisk to represent the season. And when I say the season, I mean the zodiac we are in. So currently we are in Virgo. The Virgo season just started. Virgo, the Virgin. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is neither male or female, but presented usually as male. Mercury is communication. We will consider to call them he. I could call them they, but they are the god that can go up to the heavens and then down to Hades, hell. So he can travel. He's the messenger. And when we talk about communication, we're usually talking about the throat chakra, and the throat chakra is blue. And that is why the season of Virgo is often considered the color associated blue. But when I think of Virgo, Virgo is also earth, and it's mutable earth. So I also think of green, but where are we falling in this season? So Virgo is coming in late August and then moves into September. So though the garden is still green and lush, a lot of things are kind of dying off. Fall is coming. So for this hand broom, I'm going to incorporate both the blue and green. Now these are items I dyed myself. One day I'm going to do a course on dyeing broomcorn. So no questions on that today, please. That's a future course and actually not too far away. So it could even be available by the time you are watching this. And if it is available, there'll be a link below in the description. I'm going to make a turkey wing whisk, and I'm going to combine these two because I want that earthiness of the green and I want that blue communication of the blue, right? That communication things. Also, as an earth sign, it is mutable, just kind of changing, kind of fluid, if you would. The broomcorn I'm choosing has a lot of the natural yellow, or it's yellow. We'll call it broomcorn color sticking out. And I like that. That gives that mutable experience. Because I am going to do a turkey wing, I'm going to do this in sections. So I could do like 2 blue sections, 3 green. I can change that up, but I'm not. I'm just going to mix it up. I love doing this with colors, mixing them all up. Also, you might have noticed my green was kind of blunt and my blue was kind of wispy. I wanted that element to kind of show. I didn't want to be so harsh, right? I wanted it to blend. Oh, I think it's coming out cool with the blending. I have little wisps, but that are falling off and I'm putting them off to the side. So if you see me doing that. So that is the color we're going to get. And I think that's cool. There is also a number association to Virgo. The Virgo number is 5. So I want to say it's associated to the 6th house of the zodiac. That makes sense. I could do my math. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, 6th house. I was right. I'm going on right sometimes. I'm not always. It's a lot of information, right? You can't be perfect all the time, which is why please sign up for my email and then you can get the once a month PDFs about it. All right. I'm going to divide by 5. So I'm going to take an amount. That will be my first, which I'm going to put on my bottom. Let me change that up. These stuck. Those are stuck. Okay. And then I'll just do quickly a divide by 5. So I like to, when it's an odd number, I always like to take one section out and then I can divide easily the other sections. And yeah, this is going to be a little smaller, so I want to start with that one. 1, 2. Four. I feel like I'm not all that even. It's okay. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to use black or if I was going to use this green, which is variegated. So it has yellows and creams and greens in it. And at first I thought it would be way too much color going on if I did it that way. But now that I see the broomcorn, I'm going with this. Black is just one of those, like, it goes with all magic. Sometimes I want to color. All right, so let me get rid of my wispies. Put those off to the side. Elastic if I need it. Okay, it's on the floor. I do need a jerk string. I'm going to take it from here. All right, I am living dangerously with just a little bit of twine on my bobbin or spindle. Every once in a while, I read the difference between a bobbin and a spindle, and then I still question myself if that's a bobbin or a spindle. I think it's a spindle. Okay, got my jerk string over here. I am a Virgo moon. We're a little analytical in our emotions, just a tad, but that's okay. We got to set some intentions. I meant to kind of write a spell first. So with these hands, I do bind. With these twine, I do bind. I call in the energy of Mercury. I call in the energy of Virgo, the Virgin. Help us with our magic. Help us with our intention. With these hands, I do bind. With this twine, I do bind. I call in the energy of Mercury to assist us with communication. I call in the energy of the Virgin, the Earth Goddess, to help with our harvest, to help with our growth. With these hands, I do bind. With this twine, I do bind. One more time. 3's the charm, right? With these hands, I do bind. With this twine, I do bind. I call in the energy of Mercury to help us with our communication. I call on the energy of the Virgin, of Virgo, to help us with what we harvest. So mo to be. All right, let's get binding. Sometimes I take a little bit more time with my spells. Sometimes you just got to do off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? All right, first section, I feel is good. This just gets me a nice short one. I don't know if I'm even. It's okay to stop. I'm feeling this was thick. Yeah, that is thicker than these. We're going to do this one more time. Does not have to be perfect, but I need some balance. The first one, I'm always fine with that being a little off. It's about action, not perfection. Did I mention my analytical Virgo moon? I think she is getting a little bit in the way here. It's okay. Getting a lot of these little wispies. Whoop, there you go. Okay, I feel better. I'm gonna make sure we're going the right direction. There we go. Wispies to the bottom. All right, we're gonna tuck that in. And we're going to advance up. Not that there. Perfect. So I'm advancing up, holding on tight, and let's secure that. Just manipulating. I know I'm trying to show you a bit. I'm not showing you enough this is an open studio format. I'm not showing you enough. Some of you, I'm showing you enough that you're like, oh, I see what she's doing. Great. I can repeat. And I love that. Other views are, you're gonna be like, I'm not sure exactly what she's doing, and I really want to learn that more. I do have a course in the Broom Witch Academy. Link will be below. And those videos I do from point of view. I will admit here, doing what I'm doing, that I'm just doing a quick live that I'm going to turn into a YouTube. So it's not worth the time and the preparation that it would require to have multiple cameras and do all these. All right, where are we going? And then editing. Editing is hard, my friends. Okay, did I say 5 was the magic number? I did. So let's do 1. That was 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to bind. We're not counting that as our 5 or 5th, if you would. All right, let's get that starting. It still feels thick. Make sure my wispy side, yes. My flat side. And we're moving up. I'm glad I went with this. I think it's subtle versus, so this green, variegated green versus the black. I like the subtleness of it. Now, if I was doing the black and I didn't like it, or if I didn't like this, I could stop. I could redo. It's okay. All right, so my bindings, I'm not counting in my numbers for the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I didn't tell you. I'll do it at the end. You have to wait for the end about the giveaway for those watching live. Sorry. Yeah, so I did the 5. I'm doing the last one. Oop. There we go. Last one for the binding. Making sure my advancements are going up the same way on the same side. I think it's looking good. I got tangled. All right, little whiskey over there. I love when a hand broom is coming together. I'm like, yes, this is looking good. Just manipulating that. So the advancement is just on one side. Get a nice, oh, I just hit myself in the face. It's all right. Broom making can be dangerous. All right, let's start with our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just working in that magic of Virgo. I have a little more magic I'm going to add into this. I like making my magical besoms, if you would, on theme at times. So for this one being the Virgo, being associated, or the theme is Virgo, add in a little bit of mercury. I could pull it out for, when I needed more earth energy. So I could pull this out in the middle. I needed more grounding. I could pull this around out in the middle of the winter if I needed. Maybe I needed to do some communication work with mercury. Things are fluid. Use it for what you need. All right, I'm doing it now. I have this little blue stone. So I think throat chakra. And it is getting tucked right into where I'm binding. So it will stay there. Something a little special that no one's ever going to see. I do that a lot in my the big witch ones that I do in person. A lot of times we will tuck a stone in. It just enhances magic. I am not one that overly... Oh, count, Jen. Let me count and then I'll chat. 1, 2. 3, 4, and 5. So I'm not one that overly adorns my brooms, my besoms. I'd like a more natural look with a little bit. Also, too, as someone who's making them primarily to sell, I want the person who gets it to be able to add on to it if they want to. Because my aesthetic is not always your aesthetic or their aesthetic. I leave some thread in there for not magic, that they can be tucked away. All right, so no more advancements. We're just going up the handle until I feel like I don't want to go up anymore. Using the same binding of the first. And we're going to do the same 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're only going to go up 2 before we end here. I gotta get that little bit more. Oop. You zigged when you zagged. Okay, we're in the right place. I'm just gonna manipulate. So see how we're going up. If we want it 1, 2, 3, we're too close to the top. We don't want to be too close to the top when we end. So this is going to be perfect if we just go up 1 more. Going up 1 more, we're going to need our jerk string. I remember cutting it. Anyone remember where I put it? I think it's down here. Don't fall. Yep. Oh my. Put your jerk string places you can find it. All right. I'm just going to tuck it into the back here. Perfect. Let's get this all nice and tight. So if I have not mentioned, I'm sure I have, as I tend to repeat myself, I go live once a month in my, or that's the plan, to go live once a month in my private Facebook group called the Broom Closet. It is for people who are interested in making or collecting traditional style brooms. So ones that, even though they might be pretty and be called a besom, they still could be functional. Like they're made with integrity. I guess that's, and they're handmade and they have some shaker or Appalachian kind of origins to how they're being made. There. So people who are more interested in that kind of style, my kind of style. Not that there's decorative brooms, and that's really nice. I'm not saying anything against the decorative brooms, but I like the sturdy. Okay. On that. So private Facebook group. This is where I go live and doing open studios there first. So they get first access. For this piece is going to be raffled off to a member of there that has watched. So to get access or to get into the private Facebook group, there will be a link if you're watching this on YouTube. On the YouTube. No one says that, Jen. Right, falling off. Getting towards the end. I knew it was running it close. There's ways to fix that. So put a little hanger in the back, simple knot. All right, so YouTube, if you're watching it live right now, I told you kind of had to wait for the end, didn't I? So hashtag Virgo is how I know you watched the replay if you are in the broom closet. I am going to give that probably about a week to give everyone a chance to watch it. So next Thursday, I will select the winner, let you know, and then we will discuss via Messenger how to get that to you. Sorry if you are just watching this on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, on YouTube. Join the closet. And then you too may be able to win a hand broom by Brooms by Jenza. I'm not counting now. I'm kind of making. I'm kind of like letting the variegation play. But that's going to be my last. All right, scissors. Leaving enough so you can have some knot magic. Take you out of my way. Thank you. Oh, it's looking pretty. We're not done yet, though. We're going to add a charm. So I have the Virgo charms here. I have one that's silver, and then I have one that is bronze-ish, copper bronze. And I was kind of going to give it which ones was going to look better? I'm going with the silver. Oh, because that makes sense. So silver is, the Mercury rules silver. I mean, elementally or metal, it rules Mercury, but it's like quicksilver, silver. All right, so we're doing the silver. Makes sense now. You stay there. We're going to add the charm in. And that way, when we do our jerk string, it is in there and done. Glasses. All right. This is dental floss threader. That's how I thread things. All right, so we have our charm in. So we are ready for our jerk string. It's going to hang over to the side. Boop. Find the jerk string. That's our hanger. Jerk string is a different color. I do recommend your jerk string be a different color than your hanger. So the twine you're working with, because sometimes you'll be grabbing the wrong loop. I tucked that good. All right, I got to make sure there we go. It was trapped. Is it still trapped? Yes. I got to get it all. So right now, when I put it in there, it got trapped behind some of the broomcorn pieces. There we go. So I want to make sure when I'm pulling it, I'm not pulling any of the little broomcorn pieces. We're just going to cut those two. Okay. In we go. All right. Having some good intentions. Let's give this a pull. There we go. And I like it to hang even. So give that a cut now. Trick string can go there. All right, final thing. Let's tidy up the handle. And this is going to go over all over. And that's okay. Watch it fly. Don't even ask what I just did. I'll tell you what I just did and I will fix it or fix it. I was not paying attention and I got the hanger. So this will be, I will make sure there's a new hanger on it before it goes out. So we're just gonna, things happen. And I'm still gonna post this and I'm still gonna put it up because you need to know things happen. How am I gonna fix it? All right, that is a good thought. So I can do another little banding on it. I could see, that's wicked tight, wicked tight. All right, we're gonna fix it right now. So bear with me one. If I had been loosey-goosey, could I? Okay. If all of you are watching this, I'm taking the needle and I'm putting through underneath here. I'm just seeing if I can get it through. You know, even if I get it through, I'm not going to be able to get it out. So what we're going to do, there's someone in my life, when I say sew, sometimes they get a little sarcastic because they think they're funny and they say needle and thread. And it kind of annoys me, but I just said sew. And then my immediate response was needle and thread. And so silly. All righty. So really simple. I am going to use this advancement to pull this thread under. And then that will become a hanger. Because things happen. I mean, does it need a hanger? I could say it's no hanger. It could go out perfectly with no hanger. Maybe the person that does end up with this, maybe they don't want a hanger. And they're like, yeah, I'm just going to cut that right off. So I'm just right underneath here. I'm going in, getting my thread. I made a strange decision. I want it. Yes, I do. So I went through underneath with both, and then I'm like, I can't get my needle out. So I went up, and then I'm going to go under, and there is a reason for that. So I have my loop above. It's tucked underneath that advancement. And I can go a couple ways. I could just make a knot right over it. And then, boop, you're done, right? Like nice and simple. I could also, undoing my knot, take the tail part that's on that back side, make those two into a simple knot. And then what will happen is when you pull up, it kind of holds right there on the advancement. Now, whoever gets it, if they decide they do not want the hanger, they are going to pull that right out. And it also gives them a couple extra wispies, which I'm kind of liking. So there you go. The Virgo themed hand besom in the turkey wing style. We use the variegated green to bring in that mutable earth. The broomcorn has a lot of natural showing through, but we used some wispy blue and some grass green, and I am loving it. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you're watching this live or you're watching the replay in the Broom Closet, the private Facebook group, and you want a chance to win it, hashtag Virgo, so I know you watched it, and you'll go in the raffle, and that will be drawn next Thursday for those in the Broom Closet. Sorry, watching it in the I'm not on Facebook, on YouTube. Then make sure you're subscribing to YouTube and get into the Broom Closet if you are looking to get chances to win items I make in the open studios. And maybe if you're looking to learn more, join the Broom Witch Academy. Link is down below. Have a great day, my friends. Bye-bye.